So in today's video, we're going to be talking about this week's market crash. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. For the cheapest premium trading service for just £4, €4, or free with Amazon Prime. You'll get yourself daily trading and investing guides covering both Xbox and PlayStation with an array of different techniques depending on your budget. I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million on multiple titles, and recently making over 10 million in the first month for the last 3 years. So what we're going to be doing today is talking about the insane crash that has happened on gold cards, some of the heroes, and the overall market. I'll also, I guess, be referencing a recent market crash video I talked about, where I was talking about, I believe, how the market would crash for 10 days. I released that, I think it was literally this time last week. Now, I guess we'll start with that. So my prediction for that was that the market was going to drop as of the icon pack coming on Monday. Now this did happen to an extent, but it really was with only the cheapest cards in the game. I thought it would happen maybe with heroes, it happened with previous special cards, it happened with top end gold cards and icons and so on. And the reason for that is because that's what happened last year. Well, the market didn't drop with that SBC, and in fact what actually happened in the market was kind of the reverse for the top end market. It rose and rose and rose. I'm sure I can show you Mbappe right here. You see, as of last Sunday, Monday, obviously he did get team of the week, but he rose and rose and rose. But I could also go and load up someone like Van Dijk, and again, he rose and rose and rose. If we can grab him right here. Here we go, last Monday, 214k. This is where I believe they would have gone down, and he went up and up and up. Well, I mean, thanks to, luckily I guess, to save a bit of skin on my back, they are starting to drop, which was the second point. So last week I predicted 3 triggers on the market dropping. 1, the hero and icon pack we got on Monday, which was the 87 max hero. 2, the brand new promo on Friday because of, being a much demanded promo. And 3, the hero and icon pack on Monday. That's a bit of a weird one because, as I say, a lot of the market did actually rise as a Monday. And I feel like maybe because it went against the trend of normally dropping with the hero and icon pack, there was an inevitable drop, and that inevitable drop didn't happen when it did last year, but it happened as of this week. Now, I'm not quite sure why it's happened so much this Friday. Because I'll be completely honest with you, I think this promo is rubbish. I hate to be a pessimist with it when it comes to FIFA, but I generally do think it's rubbish. I generally think the only cards that are really worth EA dropping was the Salah, Perisic, Cancelo, Dumfries, and Fofana. Now, again, I understand there's cards that are there for a bit of fun, but I don't even think the other cards are really that fun. So, like, for example, Hernandez, what's the point of releasing this card with 3-star skill moves? Fred, what's the point of giving him only offensive positions if you're going to give him 80 shooting? James, 3-star weak. Again, this card isn't any better than an informed Correa. And again, I understand it's a bit boring, but I mean, we are 2 days into this promo, and these cards are nearly all worthless, par 2. And I generally think by, next Thursday with a buy time on these cards, they'll be so cheap, so it's not necessarily that this promo is so amazing, because I personally deem half the cards as being pretty trash. So why has the market dropped on Friday then? I would honestly just say it was probably a bit too inflated for its own good. In terms of, I think people were panic buying and panic buying and panic buying, seeing stuff go up on a trend which would naturally go down. You then had this increase in supply this weekend. Maybe people have been saving packs. That could be another one. People weren't opening packs maybe midweek because this new exciting promo came. It came yesterday and it was like, And as a result, you saw lots of pack supply yesterday, but people were buying their team all during the week. And because people were buying their team all during the week, there was no one to go and buy them on Friday when all these packs were opened. And likewise today, when they drop, I'd say the main dropper today would probably be the 100k pack. And I had people ask me today, they're like, damn, Haaland's down again, is he a good buy? Well, what I was saying to people yesterday is, Haaland was 180k. Haaland then, before even the pack today, went down to as low as 130. So that's Haaland dropping 50k. So if he got really panic sold, and people were going to buy him back, and he was undervalued, he would have rebounded, what are you saying, 180 down to 130, at least 160 we'd say. But he rebounded 140, which meant they went down 50k and only rebounded 10k at that. So we can see that there is no one buying this stuff up. And the theory is that everyone's been buying stuff during the week. And, they can, on a trend which would normally drop, they've been buying. And now it's starting to hit the market because people have all bought up. And then, again, like normally where the market, again, I think the market would drop this Friday, but it's dropped a lot heavier than normal. I mean, Haaland has nearly dropped 50% in 2 days because of everyone pre-buying their team during the week, which meant when there was an increase in supply, there's no one to buy it up. It's almost like, I don't know, imagine everyone's, I can't think of a good analogy. I was basically thinking about water in a dam and then people needing water or something like that. But basically, you know, people already have way too much, so now that there's been an increase in supply, there's no one to buy that supply up, and it's dropping. That's the easy way of saying it. Because again, I had people today, obviously he was up at 140, and they said 105, 110. They're like, is this a good buy? And I'm like, if he's going to only rebound 10k on 40k, if he's down another 30k, I'm not expecting much of a rebound. And I think this is going to hit day in, day out. Now, will there be a trigger in the point where these cards stop dropping? And I'd say yes, there potentially could be. I actually think it's quite unlikely, but I think yes, there could be. Because we've seen neither a drop on the hero pack or the icon pack that EA has dropped, I don't think we're seeing these SBCs as too... Well, I see we as demanded, but I think these SBCs are so cheap that people aren't actually... I think I'll find it. People aren't actually panic selling their teams. They're not selling stuff to do these SBCs. So I personally think if we go and get a max 87 hero pack, or we go and get a max 87 6 icon pack, I do think we do start seeing rebounds of gold cards. I think we start seeing rebounds of hero cards, icon cards, old special cards that maybe dropped this week, maybe some of the old rule breakers. Because that, for the last 2 weeks now, has been a trigger point of people buying stuff for their team. And I think if people do panic sell, and they just go and release one of the hero and icon packs we've had before, I do think we'll start seeing more movement, like rebounding, especially in heroes and the rarer cards. Maybe less so Haaland, and we're more looking at maybe like Salah's, Mbappe's, Ronaldo's, Messi. You know, the more expensive cards, the rarer cards, I think we start seeing the rebound along with a lot of heroes, a lot of icons, a lot of old special cards that aren't currently in supply. So I think that's going to be what you want to save and grace if for some reason you did have loads of gold cards and hoping on them not crashing. If not, your best bet would probably be selling like midday today when you're watching this on Sunday, and then probably not buying till next Friday. Yeah, and obviously gambling we get a big SBC. My prediction would be any hero or any base icon SBC will get one or the other, not like a mixture of both. The reason for that, we got some brand new heroes coming. We got the World Cup heroes coming in the likes of, I think it's 2 weeks now. And I can't spell the word Forlan. Feels dyslexic. There you go. We got the likes of these sort of heroes coming in 2 weeks. And because we got these heroes coming in 2 weeks, I can fully see EA maybe releasing an any hero SBC. Just so they can, you know, completely pump out the current heroes before we, you know, do get better versions of them. I imagine when they do release these will be alongside, you know, you've got base icons and mid icons. I'd imagine that's how they're going to run it out. But I can imagine them sending a bit of a farewell to the current heroes with maybe getting any hero. Again, I do think that would then continue to drop the market, especially if there's any level of repeatability. I don't think there will be repeatability. I don't think we have repeatable icon SBCs until I'd imagine December, even late December, if that. So I do think that will be unlikely. But if we go and get any hero, I do think that could have a little bit more of an effect. And again, keep dropping definitely the lower end cards, stuff under 100k, definitely stuff like Haaland. I'll be honest with you, still could again drop heroes and bottom end icons. Top end icons, I do think obviously are very safe, your Zidanes and that lot. But yeah, more of your bottom end ones. In regards to these heroes, though, when they do drop them in 2 weeks, I do expect a massive crash on the heroes and icons. Because obviously, these are going to be the new hyped utility cards over the icons and heroes we've obviously nearly had for 2 years now. Or, you know, the new ones we had at the beginning of this year. So yeah, I do think that the market can rebound if we have a trash hero and icon SBC on Monday. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, we do have a few things that are going to drop the market. So I think there's way more of a reason for it to drop. We've got obviously a good hero and icon SBC on Monday. That can drop the market. We've got any knowledge about a World Cup mode. So obviously at the moment Ultimate Edition mode. So at the moment there's leaks of the actual kickoff World Cup mode, but nothing weirdly even referring the Ultimate Edition. So we don't know if there will be, Ultimate Team. So we don't actually know if there will be an Ultimate Team. Now if there is an Ultimate Team World Cup mode and you don't know what happens, basically it's like Ultimate Team, but the only way you can obtain players is packs. It's like PES, but luckily the gameplay is nothing like PES. So you basically open a 5k pack and it gives you 3 players, or 3 or 4 players, and then use those players in your team and you play in the World Cup mode, which is basically like a tournament edition. Well, obviously, if your coin balance carries over from your Ultimate Edition, so I'd have 3.4 million here and 3.4 million in the World Cup mode. Well, what would then happen is people would then go and obviously sell their players to get coins to open packs in the World Cup mode, and then everything would crash on here because everyone wants to sell their players. Any sort of mention, any leak or anything like that, is going to go and drop this market because everyone's going to anticipate what normally happens as a pretty big market crash. That'll be another thing dropping the market. Third thing dropping the market is going to be any hype brand and new promo. Now what's quite interesting is, if I can go and find it for you, is that the promo we have at the moment, EA has actually said we're going to get multiple times this year. And you can find this under going to their Twitter. Because if you head over here, now there's not much of an FAQ for this, but what it does say on the FAQ is... Where we go? I think it's on this lower part here. There we go. You'll also find new out-of-position players released periodically through FIFA 23. So you'd imagine this is actually only going to be a one-team promo. So, what that means is next week, obviously it doesn't mean it's a guarantee it's a one-week team promo, but because they're going to release it multiple times through the year, I don't see why they'd release 2 weeks here, 2 weeks in another place, 2 weeks in another place. It'd make more sense just to sporadically drop it 1 week. I think that'd be actually a lot cooler if they are going to do that. Releasing, rather than 2 weeks in a row, release 1 week here, boom, 1 week down the line. They actually do this normally with road to the knockout stages. If you remember, we had, we'll have like one batch now, and then we'll have one batch when it gets like the last 18, or the last 8, sorry, because sometimes that can be months away. So hopefully they do that with this. So that does actually leave us to 2 interesting opportunities. What now happens? You've got one, a really sick promo, something like a road to the Path to Glory, and these are basically road to the knockout stage cards but for the World Cup. They're really, really cool cards. Could also get team of the group stage, because obviously all the group stage games do wrap up this week. So you could get team of the group stage. Again, I'll be honest, I'd expect the market to crash with team of the group stage. It's normally like an informed team, but everyone is actually good at football. And then or good on FIFA. And then you've got the best opportunity, I guess, if you guys are hoping for no market crash, is EA does nothing. And we've seen EA do this before, because we've had previous years when they had milestones, where all they would release during the week were milestone players, and then objectives, obviously, for the milestones, then the SBCs for the milestones. They'd normally just accompany this with maybe the odd icon or hero pack, but because there was no promo, it means that people aren't buying the new promo cards, which means that the old like special cards are rising. Yeah, so that'd be the best case scenario for you guys who want the market to rebound. I think it's unlikely, I think it's unlikely that EA go and give us 1 week without a promo, but that'd be the best case if you wanted some sort of rebound, is no promo, and therefore people go and buy old cards. And yeah, I mean, in terms of, I guess, cards crashing, I think if you do want to go and buy these out of positions, I'd recommend buying all of them, Park and Cello and Salah on the Thursday. Going to be about midday after rewards. And then I'd recommend Salah and Cancelo. If you don't want to buy them on the Monday, going for rule breaker trends. But I'd say that's about it. In terms of buying your team, if you want to play the safest, just wait till next Friday. Because I'd say this market is, apart from out-pack special cards that have been rising since Thursday, Inform Tomori, Road to the Knockout Stage, Lamar, quite a lot of the Road to the Knockout stages, I'd say I want to see best bet is just wait till next Friday. Because, as I said last week with my predicted 10-day market crash, it's finally kicking in, and my god, is it ugly on some players. Again, luckily the out-pack player is not as bad. But that's just, I guess, a little overview of a few things. What I'm going to go through in tomorrow's video is which Road to the Knockout stages do I recommend buying on Thursday. Because as I say, there's a few cards who I think are quite well demanded, and I could see doing quite well out of packs. But that's been that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.